Many may not know the genesis of the trouble Fubara is having with his godfather Wike. Yes, aside that most of the appointments for that current government of River State was by Wike, there is one particular thing that started the trouble. And it still has to do with that appointment, but there is where, everything has inception. And that is where we are going to take you. You need to know how Fubara's problem or trouble with Wike started. And at the end of the day, you could be able to tell people this is what happened. This info is coming from somebody who is an insider who knows exactly what he's saying. And actually, you need to know the current governor of River State, Fubara, has considered resignation since. When he came in and things were not favorable, he considered resignation, but something stopped him from resigning and he stayed put again. And for staying around and not resigning, not continuing with his plan to resign. So listen, Rivers Governor Fubara considered resignation when the crisis began. According to the National Coordinator of South-South Leadership Forum, Anap Sarah Ibe, the governor of Rivers State, similarly Fubara, has thought about resigning before the political turmoil in the state grew to this point. He has thought about it. But what happened was that the PDP party leaders in the state convinced him to stay on. And why did he plan to resign? Because he wasn't given full chance to perform. He doesn't have the full rights. He needs to be at liberty to do certain things as the governor of the state. There are certain powers that are inherent with his position that he's not making use of because of Wike. So he has limitations. And for that reason, how can I be governor? I will not be free. And look at other governors. Why am I this constrained? Yes, he installed me, but then I should have a power as a governor. So he felt constrained in his role. He was facing challenges with financial control and independence, leading to thoughts of stepping down. You are the governor of the state. You should be able to decide what happens in the state. But somebody else is somewhere dictating how to manage the state funds when you should be the one, just because the person installed you. So his conflict with Wike, his political godfather, and who is also the current Minister of Federal Capital Territory, has contributed to the current instability in River State. You already know that. Sarah Ibe, a former security advisor to ex-Governor Peter Odili, in an interview with Channels TV, claimed that more commissioners would leave Fubara's cabinet. Of course, that is no cause for alarm because, like we told you in earlier videos, all of these commissioners, the people working with Fubara, were imposed by Wike on Fubara. It was said that Fubara only appointed one person. So if anything happens, the disagreement will make them resign. And like I told you, commissioners in the state are nothing. The governors can always appoint new people to replace them. What the governor should work on is his security and everything, having the confidence of the state so that he will not be booted out. He can later appoint commissioners. It's by appointment. It's not scarce to find people who will do the job. That is it. So we expect more to resign. That is not something that will cause people to raise eyebrows. But who appointed them at first? So according to this guy, he said, what is the problem? Wike has come to tell the world that he was fighting Sim because Sim wanted to take his structure. And he asked, what is the structure? 6 months after elections. We are not close to elections. So what has structure got to do? Ask yourself that question. Take whose structure? Is it what you impose on him? So the guy went on and said, let me tell you about the structure. Before Wike left the government, the state was making over 10 billion naira internally generated revenue monthly. When he left, the IGR came down. It came down to 6 billion naira. Listen carefully. Now, the current governor, who is a former accountant general of the state, asked questions, and in the process, he engaged somebody to look at the books. And the commissioner of finance reported to Wike, and the former governor got angry. That is the structure. Listen to it again. While Wike was around, internally generated revenue, that is not allocation from the federal government, it was like 10 billion naira. Now, remember, this new governor is working with Wike's guys again. When it came to his time, just within 6 months, the internally generated revenue became 6 billion. What happened? And he appointed somebody to look into that. Why? This is now in his own tenure, though surrounded by Wike's men. So, by asking somebody to look into that, the godfather got angry. Why should he get angry? Everything should be transparent. Does he have skeleton in his cupboard? He shouldn't be afraid of anything. Now, this guy went on. Remember, he was speaking in a TV program. He said, secondly, the money coming from the federation account, we can tie the money to one project or the other. So, when the money comes, it goes to the banks and they collect theirs from it and pay the contractors. Of course, we didn't even know the cost of the contracts. So, when this governor felt, how will I run a government when I don't have the resources? The minister became hostile to the governor, and the governor said, okay, let me resign if that is the case. Now, the PDP elders prevailed on him not to resign, thinking it would be messy. Now, this guy went on. He said, as soon as that ended, I came on and advised Nyesom Wike to leave this man alone to govern. Allow him, even if he's your son. I even went as far as giving him references like the Sarakis. The Olusora Saraki brought the son, Bukola, to that seat. But when their ideologies did not agree, the son told him to go and rest. So from all indication, it seems Wike wants the state to be run based on his own ideas, based on his directions. He has finished his own 8 years as governor. He has left. But because he imposed this guy, he wants this guy to be doing his bidding. That is why he told you the other time in an interview, he was saying he wants his legacy to remain. Something is set up around the governor, whatever you call it, he wants it to remain. He wants the state to be continually run that way. But the guy was like, I'm the governor now. I should dictate how I will run my own government. We can't run it the same way Wike was doing. And you see where the katakata is coming. So let's go. And he said, you cannot make somebody a governor, a very important seat in Nigeria. That was the seat Odele sat, and he almost became the president. That was the seat former Governor Rotimi Amechi sat, and he connived with others to remove a sitting president. That is the seat Wike himself sat and became a superman. And you are asking somebody who is on that seat to be subservient. Meanwhile, the governor is still royal, according to this guy. He said the former governor knew about the defection of the 27 PDP assembly lawmakers to APC. He, Wike, is a lawyer. He ought to know that such a move will cost the assembly members their seats. So are we still saying those who left, because we know the plan is to leave and move an impeachment? It's like, from all indications, they are losing their seats. And that would be nice if they lost their seats. They will be used to show example to others. Certain parties made you, political party made you, and You took their victory to another party. I think these ones should lose their seat and new people elected to fill the position. And certainly, because the politics has always been dirty and already become dirty in River State, same Fubara might get involved in who comes up next. People who takes those seats. We don't say it is right, but then that is how dirty it is. Even in America, there are how the president influences the Supreme Court judges. So politics is dirty everywhere, just that it is dirtier in Nigeria. So let's look on. When he reminded that the lawmakers had said openly that their defection was not engineered by the minister, Sarah Ibe noted. This Sarah Ibe is the person who is revealing this. Yes. In a TV program. Remember, that is, we are looking at what Sarah Ibe said in a TV program. He said, when reminded that the lawmakers had said openly that their defection was not engineered by the minister, Sarah Ibe noted, I am a father to some of them. I know their personal grievances, but they cannot do what they did without the support of their godfather. They believe Wike and Sim were having problems, and because of that, they leveraged that to get at him, Sim. Yes. They want to deal with Sim because Wike was their godfather. Wike is their godfather. Even before the impeachment saga, some were threatening the governor that if he did rubbish, they would get him removed from office. But the governor is a calm person, and I believe strongly that this is one man who loves Wike so much and has sacrificed so much for him before he became governor and even after. Today, the governor is not disposed to making trouble with the minister. He still sees it as a father and son relationship. But the minister, because of greed, is someone who wants to get everything, trying to take over the two parties, APC and PDP. When somebody is in control and wants power at all costs, it is not the best. And that is what is leading to some of the problems. In our other video, we asked, why is Wike still in PDP? Yet, floor-licking and in a did-dally with APC. He continued this through the presidential election season. His attitude was in support of APC, and he remained in PDP distracting them. What sort of politician is this? He made it very bad for PDP. Now leave if you don't want the party. No, he will not leave. He pulled his colleagues, they called the G5. They were distracting the PDP party. They should have taken side with APC completely. They should have left the party. But no, he didn't. So you should understand the whole problem. Fubara appointed somebody to probe into why the internally generated revenue suddenly came down. And where is the money going? And the godfather said, who are you? Onyetuwelugugo. One bunch, who are you to look into such? And can you imagine? Somebody who is the governor cannot decide how his own government is being run because he was appointed. This guy cited examples or made reference to earlier things that have happened in Nigerian politics earlier, which I made reference to in other videos. Saraki beat his father to the game. The former Senate president beat his father in Kwara politics. So, Wike political son, Fubara, is expected to bench him. And in this sense, we will support the current governor. Look at these things and judge for yourself. You have your setup for 8 years. Perhaps it works, but then it shouldn't continue to run inside another's. Then it was Wike as governor. Today it's Fubara. So we expect to see things differently. I think the only thing Fubara needs is advice from the boss, from people who have ruled over, said, Oga, please try and, you don't compel him on what to do as a governor. And when it's going contrary to what is normal, you people, not just you, others will call him, guy, please, we want the state to be well governed, but not to impose on him what to do. Or viewers, what do you think? Please share your own views on this matter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not subscribed, please. Bye-bye for now.